Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. This afternoon, I want to provide an update on the collective bargaining process that the provincial government is currently engaged with NAPE and CUPE, the province's two largest public sector unions. Through this process, we are trying to engage our public sector unions in a responsible conversation about the future of our province and the serious fiscal situation that we face. Just so people can understand, we are talking about $3.8 billion annually on employee salaries and benefits, or 45% of the total expenses of $8.5 billion that government had budgeted in last fiscal year. And we have an additional $8 billion more of employee benefits and commitments on the horizon. Since November 2016, we have met with 14 NAPE groups and 5 CUPE groups. A complete set of proposals were tabled at the outset of bargaining, supported by a protocol agreement to ensure the parties were given the opportunity to engage in meaningful discussions early in the bargaining process. While the parties have met multiple times in formal and informal meetings and been able to make progress on some issues, there have been little or no movement on outstanding proposals with financial implications. At this time, government is seeking the assistance of conciliation for 6 of the NAPE bargaining groups and 1 CUPE group in an attempt to find a resolution to outstanding issues. To date, each of the 6 NAPE groups and 1 CUPE group have met with the employer negotiating teams multiple times with little to no progress on key issues. These groups include the Newfoundland and Labrador Liquor Corporation, NAPE Group Homes, Maintenance and Operational Services, Marine Services, Lab and X-ray, School Boards, and CUPE 1860, Newfoundland Labrador Housing Corporation. For those that may not be aware, conciliation services are provided in collective bargaining to assist the parties involved to reach a collective agreement. Conciliation services are a normal part of collective bargaining process. A neutral third party, a conciliation board or conciliator, is brought into the process to identify the disputed issues, develop options, consider alternatives, and endeavor to reach a resolution by agreement. We feel at this stage that having a neutral third party would be helpful. NAPE has said very clearly at the table that they are inflexible on offers we have put forward. As such, we have decided to avail of conciliation services. We remain committed to a fair approach for our employees, and we remain hopeful that the unions will be willing to have an open and constructive dialogue. I would like to stress this afternoon that we are not here to discuss the offers that are on the table. We are here today to ensure that Newfoundlanders and Labradorians are aware of the fiscal realities related to the public service. We have been talking about the seriousness of the financial situation in our province for over a year now. And it is important that people know and appreciate that a large portion of our expenditures falls within unionized contract, salaries, and benefits. I would like to take a moment to highlight some of the current benefits outlined in the public sector agreements, such as wages and premiums. Besides salary increases, public sector employees may also receive step increases, which are related to tenure and reclassifications, which entitle an employee to a higher hourly rate. Shift premiums are also found in agreements for employees who work shifts. In 2004, shift premiums were 31 cents per hour. Today, that rate is $2.30 per hour. That's a 642% increase since 2004. In addition, a weekend premium is paid to employees who work on Saturday or Sunday. In 2004, the rate was 26 cents per hour. The current rate is $2.55 per hour. This is an 881% increase. The provincial government currently provides severance to anyone who works in the public service for 9 or more consecutive years. They are entitled to a minimum of 9 weeks, maximum of 20 weeks severance pay when they leave government. This accounts for $480 million in liability. Currently, employees and the provincial government share the cost of group insurance, with different cost-sharing arrangements for different groups. Group insurance is a significant component of total employee benefit liabilities. The provincial government currently spends over $125 million annually on sick leave. Since 2004, there has been a 2-tiered system. Employees hired before 2004 are entitled to 24 days of sick leave per year. Remaining employees receive 12 days of sick leave a year. Employees are permitted to carry over periods of unused sick leave, and there is a utilization cap of 480 days over 20 consecutive years of service for employees hired before 2004, and 240 days over 20 consecutive years for employees hired after that. In most existing collective agreements, there are protections for impacted employees so that if government introduces a new technology or contracts out of service, it may be required to continue to provide employment for the number of people impacted in those positions prior to the change. Let me be clear. Layoffs are not part of the collective bargaining process. Also, government has no current plans around unionized public sector layoffs. The financial situation of this province remains serious, and we have to leave options open. We still have a very high deficit, and we are diligently working through the delicate balance of maintaining, or in some cases improving service, while finding places to cut costs. That work is still being done. And as a government, we are committed to creating a more efficient public service and building a stronger economic foundation that will see our province return to surplus by 2022-23. In order to do that, we all must work together and remain open to exploring solutions that will help address our serious fiscal situation. Thank you.